Howdy, my name is Danny Nagy. This is going to be my video for the week 1 Form 1A. This is take number 50 plus, so hopefully this is the one. I'm recording on my phone, but I have my computer up right behind it so I can read the questions, which is why I'm going to keep looking over that way. So don't think I'm just staring off into space randomly. I might be, but you don't know that anyways. All right, so I'm going to answer most of the questions because I feel like I'm a pretty quick talker, and making 3 to 5 minutes fit for short questions. So starting off with, who are you? Where do you consider home? I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I left after high school. I joined the military, and I spent 5 years in active duty, predominantly moving up and down the East Coast and being stationed on Lejeune for most of that time. After that, I came back to Cleveland. It was between Cleveland and Florida, and I guess I liked bad decisions. So I moved back to Cleveland, Ohio, and I've been here ever since. Stuck in Ohio. So share something that you like to do in your free time, and or briefly share an interesting experience. Since most of my interesting experiences I feel like might get me in trouble for talking about them, or something I might have to go to therapy about someday, I'm just going to stick with something you like to do in your free time. So in my free time, I shoot long distance competitively. I shoot bolt guns and ARs, in competitions and just for fun. I also golf. I picked up golfing because of work. I was told basically it was not optional, so I enjoy it, but it's a lot more of a have to do than a want to do. And then also I picked up mountain biking again recently, which is pretty neat when you live in Ohio and there's no mountains. So I guess that's my interesting experience, is mountain biking where there's no mountains. Look at that. What are you thinking? What are your expectations for this course? So this is a difficult question for me because I guess I don't really have many expectations. And I don't mean that in like a negative way. I mean it in the manner that most of my life I was born and raised in a church. My family was always in a church. On my dad's side of the family, everyone's pastors and missionaries. And I think I was the only person who really didn't care about any of this up until recently. I just believed that God was real. Jesus came and died on the cross, and who cared about anything else? Just being straightforward. And I think as my involvement has grown with the church and with my family being in churches, I've decided that I want to know more. I want to learn more. And I think for me, being questioned about what I believe has intrigued me. And I think that a lot of people claim Christianity but don't know anything about it. We don't have a relationship with God. We don't really know what Scripture says to us. We don't know why it's written the way it is, and we don't know what the early church really went through to, get us the Bible we have. And I think that's such an important concept. So for me, every course is I guess my only expectation is that I learn something. I want to walk away from this with a greater understanding and to get closer to God. I feel like I spent most of my life kind of just, God was a convenience, and I'm trying to shift my focus to more God should be the central focus of my life, which is still an everlasting walk. What concerns I have about this course? I work pretty weird hours, and then I get called up frequently because of my job. I'm also married with 3 really small children. So balancing all of that and also still being involved with church and not being completely reclusive from my entire family, and balancing school, that's my only concern, I guess, is just being able to maintain. I had some issues in the last course where things arose from work that I don't really care to discuss here, but it gave me some speed bumps, and luckily my teacher was extremely understanding of that. And then where am I going? If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you like to go? Mountains and alone. I think those are the only words I really need to give. So like Wyoming, Montana. I would like to go like to the outskirts somewhere in Japan, just walk around where the mountains are and like the ocean. My wife loves the ocean, so we're going to be going to Myrtle Beach here soon. But outside of that, I would like to be in the mountains. And what do I like to do? What would I hope to do when I'm finished with college? Well, I'm already kind of doing my job. Even with a degree, I don't plan on making any money from this degree ever. I just would like to use it to benefit my church, benefit me, benefit my family. And that's about it. Maybe the only thing I hope to do is to continue school, because why not? If my pursuit is knowledge, why stop at a bachelor's? So that's about it. I see I'm already at 5 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Excited to watch some of your guys' videos. Hopefully you guys have a safe week, and, hopefully we do well in class. All right, take care.